Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Detroit Tesla. It's been a long time. I haven't done one of these longer videos, but since the AI is getting so good and we're actually using AI now, I figured I'd do this video since I have a Hw3 Model S Plaid and I just got the update for 12.5.1.5. Excuse me if I'm saying that right or wrong. I was just paying attention to this guy because the system is fighting to get over to the far left lane. And wow, it's really like aggressive, but it's calm and it's letting this guy go. So we have to be in that lane there. It's already kind of piquing my curiosity here on this one. Let's see what it's going to do, because another car is here now. So is it going to impede traffic, or once it sees an option, it's, you know, going to get over? But man, that kind of like transition was good. Oh wow, okay. Well, I mean, it had its chance, but now it's stuck. We can't turn in this lane. So what's the car going to do? Interesting. That was incorrect. Great way to start off the video. Didn't get in the correct turn lane and wanted to run a red light. Great way to demonstrate how we still have a little bit ways to go, but that's okay. That's why it's called supervised, not beta, right? So that was very interesting. Let's see how it's going to reroute us. Wants to take us onto the highway, which I don't want to do that. I want to get into the action, the meat. It's a very hot day here in Detroit. So let's see how it's going to go around. Excuse that radar detector. Let me unplug that because we're not making Ferraris and Lamborghinis cry right now. We are part of the future. Okay, that is incorrect. That way we cannot go. That was incorrect. So the map had it right, but that's the second disengagement within 5 minutes. And we can go, there's nobody. But it's interesting. Maybe it was waiting for that Chrysler to actually see if it was going to go, because it's had its turn signal on. But overall, so far, like it gets to the point and it goes. And it's very, very smooth with it. It's not like jerky, like going crazy. Like it's actually pretty enjoyable, believe it or not. I still think they might have some small things that they need to update with the mapping issue and understanding like do not enter signs and road close signs, which hopefully we could find some of those, but here we are. Lots of construction, lots of people out here in downtown Detroit, which is great for testing. So now that we're getting closer to Congress Street, where I always like to go, let's see. Okay, cool. Wow. Okay, I had to shut it off there because it looked like it would have made it now that I think about it, but I just don't want it to touch that cone. So it's got to go left here, and I don't know if this is a one-way, but it's letting this Polestar go, and she's giving us a wave back. It doesn't say just one way, so handled that situation very, very well, letting the other driver go. Okay, it's creeping up, which is good. Clear from the right, clear from the left. That was good. Very human-like so far with this version, besides the couple disengagements we had so far. But nice right turn. Beautiful. Very controlled, very nice, very comfortable. And let's see how it's going to handle this yellow light that popped up. A little bit more on the brakes, like you should be, but again, it's not abrupt anymore. That was my biggest complaints with the last few versions. The early versions of 12 were really good. They were controlled, but then it needs some improvement. This version seems to be doing pretty well, and it's controlled, and the comfort is there. I think that's the most important thing. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, you already had 3 disengagements in the first 5 minutes. That's okay. It's always going to be a work in progress, right? And keep in mind, this is a hardware 3 car. So it's great that Tesla isn't leaving owners like me that have a few, year-old technology and a computer behind, because the reality is, what people don't understand is that, like, I have this conversation with the modded car community all the time, and they're shocked when I agree with them. Like, these are computers. These are robots. These are AI. This is not a car. Yeah, it's got windows. Yeah, it's got wheels. Sure, it looks like a car, but it's so far from a car. So much more than that, right? But it kind of like stopped, and then it went. I mean, technically, is that running a red? I don't know. I don't believe so, because we were in the intersection. I believe, from my understanding of the law, is when you run a red, when, like this line, for example, it's a red light, and you're coming up to it, and it just changed, and you're before this line, and then you go through, that's running a red. If you're underneath it, that's no longer running a red. I think that's different in every state. I could be wrong. Feel free to comment down below. Internet lawyers, let us know. And the last version, the takeoff was like, okay, when I drive my Plaid fast and I take off at the drag strip or down in Mexico, it's completely, obvious, and because I'm doing it, it's controlled. But like, it would take off, but it would be just like, whoo, would be like doing like almost like a Plaid launch. I'm like, whoa. And now it like giddy ups, it goes, but it's not like too much or anything. So far, so good. I mean, it's handling this situation pretty well. We got a Ford driver and a pickup behind us speeding past, which is interesting. I wonder if it got over to move out of the way for him, because we still have about 3/4 of a mile until we get to Monroe Street, right in the heart of downtown. As we're entering downtown right now, hopefully you guys are getting a great shot, which my main camera for the longer video, you are definitely not, but on my shorts camera, you are. But I think I'm just going to cut to this point where I go ahead and show you guys the 360 cam. I think hopefully in 1080p it's decent, because I don't want to wait for the upload and process for the 4K. That is too long. So getting in the middle lane, which is good. All 3 lanes can go straight, with the right lane also having the ability to go right. A little bit of a hard brake there, but that is okay. There is nothing wrong with that. Guy coming towards the street, and the car stopping for him. He's thanking us, but it looks like he's probably asking for money. So I'm just going to push the car forward so we're not in this awkward situation, because again, the car doesn't know that he's a homeless man. The car just assumes that it's a human being and that is going forward. Not saying homeless people aren't human beings, but it's just looking at it as a human that wants to get into the road. So there is a car in front of this Toyota that has its hazards on. It shouldn't be there. Now, oh, that's a tight squeeze. Wow. and there was a truck behind us in the trailer of that lane, and FSD just handling it great. It's gonna stop nicely for this yellow light. That was great. That was, wow. These videos are gonna start getting boring because we're gonna have less and less disengagements, but now, for those of you watching, you probably saw me put away my sunglasses, or probably not, but that's what I did. So once we get to our next destination, let me pause. This is always the turn we have trouble with. It needs to go right, and here we are. It's still having, oh, no, it figured it out last second, but it always, I don't know, it just does not understand that merge, and I just don't know why. But I was gonna shut off the system to show you guys that for the rest of the drive, I'm going to try doing a hands-free drive, because I had 12.4.1. In my opinion, that was probably not the worst version, but it wasn't the smoothest version. And I don't have to shut off the system now, though, but I can reroute, because if you're looking here, if you can zoom in, it's got a little green dot where my finger is next to the FSD autopilot symbol. That means it's using the cabin camera that is here for my short viewers, or for my long viewers, it's right here. And it's, you know, is monitoring my eye movement. Now, it's not gonna yell at me now because we're at a red light, and I'm just picking a new navigation point so we can keep this going. But I like that. That looks messy. Now let's do that one. But yeah, once it starts actually moving, I remember in 12.4.1 or .3, the one previous to me getting this, it was really, really freaking sensitive. And that's good. I mean, eye monitoring, and I remember I did like a 2-hour trip across to Grand Rapids, which is west of Detroit, for like a Tesla event. And it was, yeah, I did 2 hours there and back, literally almost next to disengagements, next to none rather. But yeah, I didn't touch the wheel. So what's the car gonna do here? Oh, I thought we had a situation because these guys were gonna go, but I don't think they realized that they weren't supposed to, but that's okay. So the car is nicely getting over. It's still battling our friend with the pickup truck and trailer. I wouldn't say battling, but he's probably wondering, like, okay, this guy doesn't know where he's going. But I don't think it seems like that. I don't think from externally it looks like that from a different point of view. Okay, it can turn in either one of these lanes. Oh, guys, this is just so freaking smooth. Smooth like a Ferrari owner's girlfriend when she sneaks out at night to actually hang out with a fast car, or a fast Tesla, should I say, because we're not cars, right? So we're just observing the situation around us. So it can, oh no, I just saw past my mirror, it cannot turn on red. So I wonder if it just can't see because the car next to us and the other car that just pulled up next to us, or, you know, it actually realizes that it can't do that. So now it's creeping up. Oh, okay. I thought it was just gonna go around them and hightail it, but that's okay. That guy kind of like looked over at us, but that's okay. I don't blame him. Okay, so I don't know why it's not getting over. I'm gonna shut off the turn signal and turn it on manually to see. Yeah, I just gave it a boost and it's not it's not getting in that lane when it's like open. Maybe because it's the solid line. I think it's the solid line. They're actually, okay, that's incorrect. But you know, we're in Detroit, so it like kind of doesn't matter. I know that's crazy, and some of you get mad when I say that, but they truly don't care about that stuff down here. But That was interesting. I had to disengage there, and the car, it looks like it was about to run into that other car, but then I noticed that the turn signal was on for the other car. So did FSD kind of anticipate that, like with its super AI abilities? Maybe people like me are just not ready for that type of behavior. That is wild. We would have been fine because the car would have literally gone in the lane, but that guy was going over with the Chevy Malibu. So that was very interesting. Beautiful day by the water here. You can see Canada on both cameras over here. Stopping nicely for the stop sign. We can continue forward, and then we go. Nice, very nice. Absolutely beautiful by the water over here. Okay, so yeah, let's see what it does, because I dropped the pin here. So that's good. It's pulling over to the right. There's no one behind us, so it doesn't need to be like doing that. But let's send it back into downtown. Or, I mean, we're still downtown, but like the heart of it. No, I don't want to go there. That looks complicated. Now, this is interesting. We got to go in the left lane there. Obviously, this is my fault. So it just kind of turns from this lane, which is really interesting. This is new behavior for me with the system after 3 years, 4 years, because usually it'll just get in that lane and start merging in. But now if it's not in that lane, if it's got a solid line, it doesn't merge. It just turns in the lane that it's in. Good, picking the lane it should to go straight. Okay, creeping up. Mini Cooper is going to pass us. And the Honda had its turn signal on, and I like how the car was already starting to proceed with caution, but just to be sure, but it already knew that it was going to turn left. So the Mini Cooper is pulling over to the left, and the car is stopping. That is a curb. That is a curb. That is a curb. Wow. Okay. It was braking, and then I braked. That was a curb, Elon. What's going on, brother? I like messing with the engineers. Okay, that's backwards. So we're going to go around the curb. Yes, no, it still wants to go over the curb. Oh, boy. That's not good. But we're at a red light. We're in the middle of a crosswalk. It's okay. All right, cool. It's green light. Let's giddy up before that pedestrian comes, which I wouldn't mind the pedestrian coming because it'll create interaction. The bus is starting to proceed slowly, but the car is just going around the bus. Okay. I can go. There's nobody coming. Come on. There you go. All right. Single cone in the road. What is it going to do? Moving over to the right. It should stay a little bit more right. Cool. Little cover there on the road. So let's see. It's going to get in the right turn lane. Exactly where it needs to go. Cool. Now it's got to get, okay, we're not turning here. I thought we were turning right back into Campus Martius, but we are not. So it wanted to get over to the far left, which is good. Okay, so it wants to turn right here, but this street is closed because it looks like they're going to build probably another building. What is it going to do? Realizes it can't go that way, and now it's like losing its mind. So I want this to play out because there's nobody behind us. What's the car going to do? Am I going to have to take over here? All right, so let's try, instead of a disengagement, let's try a, I guess you could say intervention. So I'm going to push the car through by tapping the accelerator. Oh, wow, it's doing like a little 360. Is it going to start doing donuts? Okay. As you can see, that's a do not enter sign. We can't go that way. So let's go back. So the car kind of like, I thought I was going to start just doing circles, like how I am resuming the rest of the circle that it was going to do. That would have been funny. But let's just send this into Campus Martius. Let's see if we can get some pedestrian interaction. Okay, another road that is closed. It looks like there's an event now that I'm thinking of it. Okay, so it wants to still go that way. It realizes it can't and just goes around. Okay, so now we can't turn this way because this is a one-way going that way. So what's the car gonna do? Okay, it realizes it can't and then just goes the way it should. Okay, that is good. Okay, so now it's doing a loop-de-loop and we're gonna come back on that street, but instead of turning, it is going to go ahead and try to go straight. Actually, no, I'm incorrect. Based on the navigation, it's going to turn right back the way we came, which, nope, I am wrong again. It's going to try going straight. Okay, let's see what it's going to do. I have a feeling we're going to have to disengage here. Okay, so the car is creeping, but there's a gentleman to our left. Oh, wow, okay, so it avoided it. Okay, so it realized, that's good. Now it wants to turn right, but it can't. So, no, okay. So it's just gonna send me in an endless loop now. All right, let's run it again. What's gonna happen? Is it gonna do the endless loop? Okay, now we have a Detroit police officer that's kind of there. So we're gonna go around them. Yep, it looks like we're just doing an endless loop, boys and girls. Okay, now we have a pedestrian from the right. Let's see how it handles this situation and a car. Okay, so I'm just going to disengage the system here now, just because I don't want to keep going in endless freaking circles. So something that's a little bit more complex, I guess, for the system. So let's see if it's going to reroute. It is, which is good, and there is no closed road here, hopefully. So stopping. It's going to look up. Okay, there's no traffic. It can go. There is a ID3 or ID4 or whatever it is from Volkswagen coming, but it's in the far lane. It waited a second and then it went. Okay, so this is what it should have done, but here we are. Good. So far, so good. We're halfway around Campus Martius. And that is a red light. Kind of over the line, but whatever. It stopped. That's the important part. All right, green light. Guy in the street. Car is kind of avoiding that person. Okay, saw the red light. It's going to try to get over, but if it starts messing with that police officer that has someone pulled over, I'm going to obviously... Okay, the light is still red. The light is still red. I would report that, but I'm not getting a notification to report it. So now the light is green. All right, so I ended the navigation point and I turned. It looks like it wants to turn right, but it's waiting for the pedestrian. Cool. All right, handle that decently. It's moving over to the left because there is a pedestrian that is walking in the street, so... And you can see I was trying to reconnect my 360 camera, and I'm going to disengage here. The system was yelling at me, but I'm going to pull over just to make sure the camera is still there. It should be, as it keeps asking me to join. Yep, it's back there, but we're going to pick a new navigation spot anyway because this is our destination. All right, if this doesn't reconnect here in a second, I'm just gonna continue on. I'm pretty sure it's still recording. But I know my main GoPro battery is at 31%. I don't know why the shorts camera is decently at like 50-60%. I don't know why it's the same battery, but the 360 camera is probably still recording. I know it's got that feature, it's just I can't have it come up, but it's still attached back there, so no big deal. Interesting how it got a lane. It got into a lane over. Now I set it to go straight, but it can't because it looks like they have some mini event going on or something. So the car before would just try to go for it, but now it doesn't do that no more. It realizes it can't go there, and then it just goes around. So we already kind of know how the system reacts to situations like that on this latest version. So let's send it to the other side of Tiger Stadium. Now what that person just did is legal, and hopefully we're about to do that too, because it can scoot up past this bus, but the car is just waiting. Okay, it's scooting up. It realizes that's good. It can go. We got time. There is a Detroit police officer coming, so let's see. We're gonna have to disengage and get over. Needs to pull over for police officer that is in pursuit. The light is green, but we have pedestrians in the crosswalk. So we're gonna go ahead and see how it does. Needs to turn right, but we have pedestrians crossing. The car is stopping for them, but it is slowly inching towards the turn, which is good. Keeps it more human-like, where it's like, okay, I'm watching the pedestrians, I'm keeping them safe, not running them over for 10, 50, 100 points, but it's also signaling to other humans behind us and around us that, hey, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and do this thing, and we're gonna turn as soon as this human gets out of the way. Okay, cool, nice stop, nice proceeding, good. Avoid that puddle because I'm a peasant. Well, actually, no, I'm not a peasant. I'm the one that doesn't want the car to get wet, because you can't get electric cars wet, remember? Interesting, the navigation point wanted to go straight, but we couldn't because obviously the road is closed. And it decided to go around, which was very, very good on the part of the car. Oh, guys, I'm going to be the biggest POS ever. Oh, I didn't have to do it. I was about to disengage to avoid the puddle, and FSD did it. Thanks, Elon. You get to keep my $140,000, $150,000 plaid clean, even though it's probably dirty anyway. All right, cool. So now we're going to go... continue going straight because I shut off the navigation point. I want to pick somewhere past Campus Martius, see what the system does. Now we're going to have a situation here where the car's going to have to turn right at that second stop sign up there. And it's going to want to go through an area that I know is, I believe is blocked off, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Let's find out. Alright, I don't believe it's 10 here, so I'm just going to tap the accelerator to give this system a little bit of a boost. Okay. As I suspected, you can't go that way, but the car's gonna turn. So what's gonna do? Okay, this would be a great time to have it reverse, but nope. Let's not poop this guy out. If we were alone here, I would have let the system continue, but here we are. So let's find an alternative route. So road closed, and I guess road closed signs and actual like construction barrels and stuff that are knocking a road off. Yeah, it still doesn't understand. Okay, light is green. I thought I was going to turn left here, but I was incorrect. Okay, it's turning in the right direction, but that was not a turn lane. Just avoiding all that debris there from that construction in the building. Not there yet, but maybe one day the AI will pick up on that. So the car started to slow down for this guy, but then it's like, nope, I have the right of way. Interesting, that was the turn lane, but then it decided to get into this one, and it just went right in front of that lady. Okay. She didn't notice either until we were gone, but all right, so because of my battery, and I don't want you guys to think I'm doing any funny business, this is the final destination of the video. Once I get around this car, which I'm trying, that's what I'm gonna do here. I'll give you guys my final thoughts. I think the system has improved big time on a lot of stuff. It's a lot smoother, it's a lot more confident, defined. It's not too crazy, but I think the biggest takeaway of this video, besides the smoothness and all that fun stuff, is that unfortunately it does not have in its AI neural net the understanding of road closed signs. And that's unfortunate, but the more data sent back, the more it's going to improve, because this is a big step forward. It's not quite, in my opinion, robo-taxi ready, but we are not, we're not far off. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one.